I had a period of time where I suffered from, I don't know what label you put on it, but I was not myself. I was depressed, I was low. There were periods of time where I had suicidal thoughts, and it took me a good chunk of time to begin to come back from that on the back of a very violent tour. My name's General Patrick Sanders, and it's time to talk. I found myself obsessing about experiences on the tour, dwelling too much on photographs, on video clips, on letters, replaying in my mind what had happened. And so I was drawn back down into the experiences on that tour and the memories from it, but in a way that was dark and obsessive. It wasn't positive and constructive. And those weren't conversations I was having with other people. They were conversations that was going on in my own head. And I closed down. I didn't talk to anybody about it. And then because they would take me into a dark place, I would try to create opportunities to be on my own. I would sit up late at night drinking. I wasn't doing the sort of physical exercise that I needed to. I certainly wasn't eating particularly well or healthily. And I was throwing myself almost completely into work, because that was a useful distraction. If I wasn't at work, I was just obsessing about the memories and the feelings that I had. And so I suddenly became very conscious of how fragile each of us can be, and how the sort of coping strategies that I'd used to get after that were just not right. And it was when I sort of caught myself at 2 o'clock in the morning with a bottle of wine or whiskey next to me, I realized that I probably needed help. It started with conversations with friends in the army, who'd had different experiences but could contextualize what I had been through, and they were sympathetic. And suddenly, that's like a lifeline. When you hear that you're not being judged, that people understand that all isn't well, that their opinion of you doesn't change. They're still a friend, they still respect you professionally for what you are, but they're just showing a bit of human kindness and sympathy and empathy. And that gives you confidence to begin to lift your eyes up. And so I wanted to use my experience to help others work out that it was perfectly normal. It doesn't matter what the trigger is. It could be, whether it's the sort of violence that I went through on operations, but it could equally be something in your personal life, and it's very often the combination of things that come together that create it. So it's about normal conversations with people about it. It's about getting the basics right, about making sure that you sleep properly, that your diet is healthy, and probably the most important of all is that you've got a really good fitness regime. It just fundamentally changes your outlook. And that restored my sense of well-being. And then I begin to have things to look forward to again. And I think that's so important. There's the idea that you're always looking forward to the next ridgeline, that there's something you can look forward to. That keeps your momentum going, and it's important.